What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Saved by the Code, where I discuss technologies rooted in computer code that can save us from the fiat money regime. My name is Perry, and let's get started. So I just wanted to start this video out with something funny, something that highlights the properties of Bitcoin relative to trash fiat currencies, trash government-issued currencies, in a funny way. And humor is a great way to communicate with people, and so I thought this video was hilarious. You don't even need to watch it, you can just hear it. It's just too funny. So central bank digital currencies right here, folks.
Are you or a loved one suffering after buying Bitcoin? Are you fed up with the huge returns on investment? Fed up with all the financial sovereignty and freedom?
Oh, those poor people.
Perhaps you're annoyed with Bitcoin's level playing field and predictability, or maybe you're just disheartened with its strictly limited supply and constant growth of your purchasing power. Whatever it might be, don't worry. Central bankers have got a plan for you. Introducing central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs.
Oh.
It's just like Bitcoin, but without all the freedom, revolution, and financial gain. The idea is simple. Why have control over your own money and life using Bitcoin when you can let an entrenched communist central bank oligarchy control it for you? So what inspired us to create CBDCs? The short answer is, you did. When we looked at all the amazing benefits that Bitcoin brought to people all over the world, like financial sovereignty, freedom, sound money, free markets, and free speech, we thought, wow, the debt slaves are getting a bit too close to stepping off that fiat plantation. We better do something about this. Whilst Bitcoin had a good run, it's time for fresh ideas. And who better to deliver them than the people that hyperinflated and destroyed the current monetary system and global economy? It's time for the adults to take over. And the best thing about CBDCs is they are run by licensed, accredited, and regulated central banks. And central
wonderful.
banking is a pillar of communism. And nothing bad ever happens when communists run things. The best thing about...
All right, I just wanted to play that. It's 5 minutes long. It is just too good, and all of that is factual. We live under the reigns of corrupt, self-centered people that want to, because that's how you control people, is with money. And that's exactly what CBDCs will do. It will amplify all of the terrible things about our financial system. And unfortunately, many people will fall in line with it because it's all they know. And whatever the TV says, I'll do it. Whatever the government tells me, I'll do it, because they want to keep me safe. They want to keep you safe. That's all they care about, is keeping their citizens safe. They kept us all safe when, that thing in March 2020 happened. Thank goodness for the government and the amazing pharmaceutical companies. They just protected us all from sure death and destruction. And CBDCs are just incredible. I cannot wait for these to roll out. I am going to be a large, that's all I'm going to transact in. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like it mentioned, why would you want financial freedom? Why would you want to be in control of your money? Why would you want the increase in purchasing power, the deflation of your money? Why would you not want a CBDC? I just don't see the logic. So great video. I think everyone should really look into CBDCs, because they are here for us. They will save us. And it's just feels so good that my government and my bankers are there for me. So just want to start the video out with that. I thought it was hilarious. All right, let's move on. Enough of this fooling around, enough horsing around. Let's get into the real news. So, if you haven't seen, yet another bank has collapsed. First Republic Bank is being completely annihilated. Where's the chart for it? It's a beautiful chart. Oh, look at that. Look at that chart. Just straight down. Oh, that is just a beautiful sight. And, it's just crazy how hypocritical these financial people are. They bash Bitcoin and crypto for these wild price swings. They're so volatile. They drop by 70%. Look at your bank stocks there, buddy. That looks like a really... Okay, so from 115 down to $18 in, what's that, a week? Wow. Man. Oh, and now it's down to $6 today. That's a pretty bad price drop. Looks like it went from yesterday, it was 14, and now it's 6. Or, yeah, $5. So it dropped by another 50%, as if it couldn't get any worse. This will continue happening. Nothing's okay. Nothing is fine. Inflation is not transitory. It's here to stay. Things will continue getting more expensive. You will continue to lose purchasing power with your fiat money. And yeah, just we'll continue to be lied to. CNN and all those TV shows that claim to be experts will continue to lie to you and tell you that everything is fine. We're all going to be just wonderful. And yeah, just keep your money in a bank. Yeah, so First Republic Bank, there's all sorts of articles all over right now. And the wild thing is, and the incredible thing is that Bitcoin's price is going up a lot today. It's up 10%. And this happened in March as well, or over the course of this first quarter of this year, was Bitcoin's price increased significantly in light of all these financial collapses. And that's massive. That's hugely telling. And it didn't just go up and crash. It went up and it was holding these levels. It's not just going up and just crashing immediately. That's strength. That is actual people genuinely wanting an alternative to this trash that we're constantly fed and forced to use. And it is just, like, literally today, Bitcoin is up 9%. I believe it's almost at 30K again. Right when all this, it's leading the market right now. And Cardano's up a lot too. So that is hugely indicative. And this will continue to happen. Banks will continue to fail. Everyone already forgot about the banking. They're just like, oh, we're fine. Banking crisis is over. It was just a little bump in the road. Inflation's transitory. They're going to take care of us. They're going to make sure we're all good. The US dollar is crumbling. It is failing. Countries around the world are banding together against it to not use it anymore. This is literally happening in real time. More and more countries are doing this. The BRICS thing, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and there's more countries joining it. They are banding together to not use the US dollar anymore as a reserve currency. That's massive, and it's over. This is not getting better. These countries aren't all of a sudden just going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever, we'll come back to the US dollar. They've ruined it. Inflation is going to keep going, getting out of control. Things will become more expensive. Wages won't increase. People will continue suffering. I'm sorry to be negative, but it's just reality. Here's a First Republic Bank stock plunges as depositors flee. $100 billion were withdrawn with fears that it could be the third bank to fail. This will just continue happening. And where are you going to go? What are you going to do with your money? If you can't put it in a bank, what do you do? I understand we are forced to use these systems. You can't just throw all your money in Bitcoin and everything will be fine. That's just not realistic. I wish we could do that, but that's not realistic. But this is not investment advice. You make your own investment decisions. Not having anything everything in Bitcoin, which was designed, this is what it was designed for. This is why it exists. With every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Bitcoin wouldn't exist if we could trust our banks, which we cannot. And First Public shares continue to free fall. Yeah, it's going down. We are going down. Oh, and the FDIC is just there for us. You know what the pathetic thing about that is that the FDIC can't even insure all of the fake money that's been produced because money's created out of thin air and banks only have to hold 10% of the money that they say they have. Oh, I always say we don't live in the first world. We live in the clown world. It is just every single day there is some insanity, just some ridiculously crazy joke of a system that we, and it's not funny. Like, these are bad things. These have real implications for people and their families. It's horrible stuff. It really is. And Bitcoin is that life raft. I don't know how many times I need to say it, but gold's okay, I guess, but Bitcoin's better than gold in many, many regards. But Bitcoin's pumping today off of this financial collapse stuff, and that's hugely telling. Bitcoin is being brought to the forefront by all of this madness that's occurring in our world right now with the US dollar and the collapse of it and this inflation and all that stuff. These banks failing, I mean, it couldn't be a better time for Bitcoin to thrive. Unfortunately, it thrives off of when the world is burning. But I didn't design the system, and like I said, nothing is funny about this. It has real life, real world implications for people. However, the entire ethos of this channel, how I say over and over again, is that Bitcoin is hope, Bitcoin is freedom. A world without it is a very scary, hopeless place. Fortunately, we do have it. And I mean, what if we didn't have it? In light of all these bank collapses and all these, like, where do you go? Oh, let me just buy some Chinese yuan. Chinese yuan. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, just more banks collapsing, and this will continue happening. Nothing's okay. Nothing's fine. They will try to tell us that, and they will try to ease your mind, and everything's just fine. The US dollar is stronger than ever. We got more jobs than ever. People are just living the best life. There's record low levels of homelessness. No one's addicted to drugs. It's just amazing what we're doing out here, people. It's just incredible. That's what they continuously say and will always say. And even literally when there's like there's like a massive fire in the background, they're just like, everything's just fine. We're just have faith. Put your money in the bank, and yeah, we're all good. Help. All right, Bitcoin's there to help. And it's like, no one takes me seriously. Like, my friends, like, a lot of people just are like, whatever. It's just, even when you tell them how insane the system is and how nonsensical fractional reserve banking is and all this other stuff, they just don't care. They're literally just like, oh well, that's how it goes. It's just nuts to me how no one cares and no one listens. It's just really mind-blowing. Even, this is a hair on fire problem. I love that term. Hair on fire. Hair tearing out. This is a hair on fire problem. Even when your hair is on fire, people are just like, oh, hair's on fire. It's all good. I don't need it anyways. My hair can't even catch on fire because I don't have any. All right, moving on. So let's see here. What's this? I'll get into that one in a little second. So the Lightning Network is a second layer scaling solution on top of Bitcoin, which makes it quicker, cheaper, faster, all that good stuff. It scales Bitcoin, and for more people to be able to use, it can increase the throughput, all that good stuff. And it's way better than MasterCard or Visa. You know, Visa and MasterCard charge 3% fees, 4% fees. It takes how long for a business to get paid? Whenever someone pays on a card, it's like a month or two. It's so pathetic. It's so antiquated. It's so ridiculous that these things haven't been updated. And this is credit card processing fee lower bound. Beautiful chart here. How it shows even the regular Bitcoin chain, which is not even Lightning Network, is far better than the lower bound of a credit card processing fee, which is around 2%, 1.8%, 2%. And those fluctuate. You know, fees can be as high as like 3.5% sometimes with cards. It's crazy. This is just robbery. But then you incorporate the Lightning Network and it's just down here at like 0.00. Is that 2 zeros? Yeah, 0.002, 0.003%. Massively huge increase in efficiency. That is a 60,000% more efficient than credit cards. It's wild, and the Lightning Network is growing every day, and it will continue to grow because, I mean, this works so much better than credit cards, and they just gouge you so bad, and their systems suck. They are slow, they're expensive, and they'll just inevitably be ousted by Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Literally, you are settled. The transaction is settled right there and then whenever you use Bitcoin. With credit cards and debit cards, there's like all this insane stuff that happens behind the scenes. You know, automated clearinghouse, whatever, ACH, this and that. I don't even get how it works. It makes like no sense to me. You got to go here and there and then this and that, and it takes like a month. It's pathetic. It's so antiquated. It's insane. And all the money's fake anyways, so we need a better system. Just the movement of money is so old and outdated. We need Bitcoin so bad. It is cheaper. It is quicker. Literally, you settle it right there. It's done. Like, the transaction's over. If you pay someone with Bitcoin, it is done then and there. Final settlement right there. With credit cards and debit cards, the final settlement takes like a month. A month! Like with cash, you settle, like that's what I'm talking about, settlement. Like when you pay someone in cash, it's settled right there. You give them $1, done. Transaction's over. That's the same with Bitcoin. You pay them direct to them. It's peer-to-peer. That's the whole point of Bitcoin. You literally pay them there. It is settled then and there. With credit cards and debit cards, you swipe. It seems like it's settled right there and then, but it isn't. It just literally takes a month to settle that transaction and for a business to get paid, or whatever, for you to actually get paid, or the bank to actually get paid, even though it seems like it's settled right there and then it is not. So Bitcoin increases this efficiency and time to settlement multiple folds, and it's just a superior system. And it will continue to expand. The Lightning Network is really interesting, and it's great to see. I mean, look at this chart. Where is it? You don't need to look, but it's going up a lot. The channel size of Lightning Network has just been increasing exponentially and will continue to go up and up and up because it's just better. Why would you not use that? Especially in places like in other countries, the cost of moving money across borders is absurd. And these are in a lot of low income places where they can't even afford to pay like MoneyGram and like Western Union, the fees they charge to move money from one country to another in like Africa or like South America. These places where they don't have the luxury of bank accounts, they literally have to move money with MoneyGram and Western Union. It's so bad. The fees they charge is absurd. Double-digit fees for these people that can't even like they're living off like $5 a week, $5 a month and stuff. Like, it's horrible. And they are just gouging them. It's so terrible. And then you have Lightning Network, which costs 0.002% to send any amount of money. Doesn't matter what it is. $100,000 will cost the same as sending as $1,000. It's a flat fee. It's not a percentage. They're just expressing this in percentages, but it's just a flat fee, depending on how much network traffic there is. So yeah, it's really amazing to see that the Lightning Network is expanding and getting larger and larger and larger. And it is so much better than what we have today with these pathetic Visa and MasterCard and Swift and wires, and can't even send money on weekends like with wires. Oh, we're closed on Sunday, sorry. What is that? So, clown world, welcome to the clown world, not the first world. This is the clown world. All right, next story here. More clown world stuff. Coinbase files lawsuit against SEC seeking regulatory clarity. The SEC is so bad. I say it every single video. It is laughable. They just will not provide any regulatory clarity. I feel like this is on purpose. It's to confuse. It's to scare people. I have this nutty theory that all of this is on purpose in the United States, providing no regulatory clarity, forcing crypto companies and people investing in crypto to scare them, and I don't want to get into crypto. It's scary. It's complicated. The SEC doesn't approve, whatever. And it is to suppress the price of Bitcoin so that these people can buy it because their own dollar is failing. Wouldn't that be nuts? And I wouldn't be surprised for 1 second if that is the actual truth. And it makes a lot of sense because they just won't. Like like I said in my last video, the CFTC, Commodities Future Trading Commission, is saying Bitcoin's a commodity. SEC is saying it's a security. No one knows what anything is. The confusion is everywhere. There's no clear regulation in the United States. It's like the only country in the world without any crypto regulation, and it's so pathetic, and it's driving innovation out of the country. Companies are literally leaving, shutting down shop, just all right, bye. Like, literally just driving it out of the country. But I'm sure, and they just won't ban it. So they're not banning it, but they're not providing regulation. So it's just like this weird, murky, and I think this is on purpose so that the price is suppressed and these people can buy it up because the US dollar is going down, and they probably know that. And so they want to keep it. They don't want to ban it so that they can buy it still. And then when the US dollar completely goes down and fails, I mean, it just seems pretty obvious to me. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know any of these people. I don't know anything. I'm just speculating because this is all very, very strange how there is absolutely no regulatory clarity provided. There's just confusion everywhere. And Coinbase is just, they're being attacked. They have followed all the rules. Coinbase tries, they want regulation. They're just like, please tell us what to do. And the SEC will not, and they come after them. Instead of providing clear regulations, they come after these companies. And it's just so insane. And so finally, the Coinbase has filed legal action because the SEC is being so absolutely ridiculous. Even people within the SEC are like, this is insane, because the chair, Gary Gensler, is just such a incompetent. I don't know what's going on with him. It's something weird, just super weird. And like I said, I think my theory might be true. They're buying Bitcoin up behind the scenes because the US dollar is going down. And what else do? Do you think all these people are going to buy the yuan? Yeah, let's flee to the yuan, the Chinese yuan, or the Brazilian real. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. Like, no way. Where else do you go? Like, wouldn't that be wild, though, if they do all this crap, and then finally they're just like, okay, crypto's awesome, Bitcoin's awesome, woo! And then they let the price go up like crazy. This is suppressing the price for sure. All this nonsense. And I mean, here's another article. Binance US walks away from Voyager deal, cites regulatory uncertainty. Literally just happened yesterday. Binance US is a very large exchange in the United States. They were going to buy Voyager. It was a failing Voyager Digital. They were going to acquire it. I think it was like a failing company or something. They were going to acquire it. But the US is so bad, they won't provide regulations, so Binance bailed on it, literally. So, however, Binance US axed its deal to acquire Voyager's assets due to what is described as a hostile regulatory climate as opposed to any qualms regarding the agreement's financial viability. So, it's literally because of how terrible and uncertain regulations are in the United States. It's crazy. And I think this is by design, like I said, to suppress the price so that they can gobble up as much as possible because their own currency is failing. Countries don't want to use the US dollar, and it's happening. It already has happened. The US dollar is inflating into oblivion. Look how expensive things are. Countries are banding together not to use it. It's just, all the signs are there, folks. This is a hair on fire problem. Your hair is on fire. Another one here about regulation. Billionaire Chamath Palihapitiya, whatever his last name is, declares crypto is dead in America amid regulatory pressure. What's the solution? Yeah. So, I mean, it's just insane. Now you have the SEC Commissioner Gary Gensler even blaming the banking crisis on crypto. It's so pathetic. That's all the government does is point fingers. They never go, it was us. They always go, oh, it was this crisis, or it was crypto, or it was... They never... It's so horrible. Like, they are the scourge of the earth, yet they blame everything else for it, and people believe it. It's so wild how people will believe in the face of, blatant truth and firsthand experience. They will believe the government when they say it was this or that. It wasn't us. It was, that thing that happened back in March 2020. I don't think I'm allowed to say it explicitly, but you know what I'm talking about. It was that. It wasn't our fault that inflation happened. It was the thing that got everyone sick. It wasn't us. It wasn't our fault. We had to shut everything down and allow large corporations to flourish and destroy small businesses. It wasn't our fault. It was the thing. This is how they work. This is how they operate. There's a pattern. I mean, the same with back in 2001. Our privacy was, we don't have privacy anymore. Your phones are allowed to be tapped. The whole Patriot Act thing. Yeah. It wasn't us. It was them. Fishy. Just, it just happens time and time again. And I wonder what the next crisis will be. I'm 100% sure one will be launched next year in 2024. This is just how it works. Every once in a while they need to launch a crisis in order so that they don't have to take blame for it. And then they can continuously remove freedoms, and it just makes sense from a government perspective. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. You have to think like the bad guys in order to make sense of these things. All we have to do is utilize the media. They can create anything with the media, literally. They can put anything on the TV and people will believe it and they will do whatever they are told. It is, and a lot of people will be like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get an injection. What are you, crazy? Oh, what do you know? How many people got that thing? And it's your decision. I'm not saying whatever. I'm not even going to get into that. But it's the thing I have to say this though. The thing I have a problem with is those that chose not to get it are made out to be bad people. For some reason, those people that got it are just amazing, great people. But those that didn't get it, bad people and need to be fired and need to be rejected from society. That's when I have a serious issue with the whole thing. I don't hate you for getting it. I don't think you're a bad person. There are many reasons why you wouldn't want to get it or have to get whatever. But okay, I'm going to stop. I'm done. But this is what they do, and they make it seem like they're there for you. We're here to keep you safe. We want you to be safe. So we're here for you, and that's what they do. They'll launch another crisis will happen. It'll be like, I promise you, it'll be like clockwork. Maybe not, I don't know when it'll happen, but they'll do another crisis. They'll blame it on that, and then they'll be there to, we're here to protect you. Here's money, here's an injection, here's a microchip, here's this, here's that. We're here for you. And then people become reliant on them and have this, they think that they're there for them. And it's just terrible that most people aren't aware of that and will continue to believe it. And this is why the world is the way that it is. Because so many people just get on their knees and take it. Anyways, I don't even know how I got into that rant, but yeah, I mean, regulation here in the US is just absurdly horrible, and companies are leaving. And like I said, I think this is all by design. What's this one? Oh, this is so funny. This Gary Gensler guy, one of the biggest clowns in the clown world that we live in. This was a video from back in, I don't know when it was, but it was a couple years ago, I think. And literally, he just had a congressional hearing where he wouldn't say whether Ethereum was a commodity or a security. And here we got a video from the man himself teaching a blockchain and money class.
So we already know in the U.S.
Here he is.
and many other jurisdictions that 3/4 of the market are not ICOs or not what would be called securities.
Literally right there. It says 3/4 of the cryptocurrency market are not securities.
U.S., Canada, and Taiwan, the 3 jurisdictions that follow something similar to the Howey test.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Non-securities is just a commodity.
Yeah, as usual, clown world. Just paint your face, dude, and you're just... This is wild. Literally, he just had a congressional hearing maybe it was like 5 days ago, maybe like a week. I don't even know. Time is going so fast, but literally wouldn't say. Just, well, this and that. And he was shaking in the video, and it was just like so weird. The guy was like, tell me if either is a commodity or security. He wouldn't answer it. It was so wild. This is my last video. It was really like primo clown world stuff. All right, enough of that crazy clown world stuff. Bitcoin has hit an all-time high relative to the Argentinian peso because the peso has been inflating into the triple digits. And so the price of Bitcoin is at an all-time high relative to the peso. So, and this will continue happening with multiple currencies. This is the clown world we live in. And it's horrible. Inflation in Argentina is 7.5% per day. Imagine losing 7.5% of your purchasing power every day. That's so horrible. And this has real world implications for people. You know, just savings being decimated, not being able to buy food for their family, just these terrible, terrible things. All because of horrible policies, self-centered clowns. That's literally why. Because the closer you are to the money printer, the more you benefit. The further you are, the more you're hurt. It's called the Cantillon effect. There's literally a name for it. And these people don't care. They don't care. What? I got a money printer? I'll just print 1 billion real quick for me and my buddies. And that is, you better believe that's happening in the United States. We will be Argentina. We will be. It is not a matter of if, it is when. And it's happening in real time, right before our eyes. If you aren't making moves to protect yourself, you will be left behind. I don't know what else to tell you. So yeah, Bitcoin at all-time high in Argentina. But their currency is inflating into the triple digits. Horrible, terrible stuff. This will happen in it is happening in the United States. It's not will, it is. Right now in real time. This place is turning into Argentina and Venezuela. So yeah. But so many people just, no matter what you tell them, just won't accept it and do not think it will happen because we live in the nice, cushy United States. Oh, our government will take care of us. Unemployment will take care of me. Like, the FDIC. It's so bad. Like, I don't... What can you do if no one listens to you no matter what you tell them? Even when their hair's on fire. So many people don't think about this stuff and aren't even aware of it. Like, that our country is done. Our currency's done. And I don't know, I mean, maybe look at who got in office 2-3 years ago. Sorry, not getting into politics, but I don't know. You see a pattern there. We're at war. Currency's gone. The U.S. is a wasteland relative to what it used to be. It is. It's an absolute wasteland relative to what it used to be. Even though it's still one of the best places to live. That's how incredible this country is and was. It past tense now. It's was. Because it is increasingly just declining and declining. That's how great it was. That's why we have these lasting effects. That's why our grocery stores are packed full of food still, even though the prices of them have increased significantly. That's why we have all these wonderful amenities right at our fingertips. That's why we don't get hung if we say bad things about our leaders. This is why women are treated far better in this country, and they should be anyways. It's just insane that that's even a thing. But in places like the Middle East, women have no rights. And I've heard so many times people are like, I hate America. Like, get out of here then. Leave, please. Ugh. I hate that so much. Like, I've heard that, and you're just like, ugh, you're so bad. Ugh. Makes me want to throw up. I hate America. Like, yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's all relative. It could be so incredible and amazing, but there's nothing anybody can do about it. I mean, all you can do literally is just, buy Bitcoin, guns, whatever you want to do to protect yourself. Everybody's got their own thing. But yeah, I mean, like places like the Middle East, women have no rights. Literally, they can't even I think this just recently happened. Women are allowed to drive cars now by themselves. Wow. Without a man. They don't have to wear those. Literally, you see pictures of women in Saudi Arabia stuff. They're just all those black drapes. You can't even see anything of them. It's so terrible. And the guys have 5-10 wives. Ugh. Just absurd. And I hate America, Ugh. So bad. Even though as bad as it is, that's how powerful and amazing this place is. And was. It's just, that's why it's so freaking bad to see what's happening. All right, moving on. Bitcoin's hope, Bitcoin's freedom, blah, blah, blah. ARK investment in 21 shares revives spot Bitcoin ETF application. A Bitcoin ETF has been tried so many times over the past 5-10 years. As usually, SEC just will not approve it because they are corrupt. And if you do approve a Bitcoin ETF, the price will increase significantly. Hence why this is also a factor that's reducing or suppressing the price of Bitcoin. And they have immense power, the SEC. And it's just mind-blowing that these things are just allowed to happen, along with many other 3-letter agencies, 4-letter agencies in this country that illegally operate. They are extortionist mafias. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, they just won't approve it. I mean, they filed again here. Hopefully it will be approved. And ARK in 21 shares recently filed another application with the US SEC, spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. There's ETFs in all other of these countries except for the US. Once again, we are just so far behind. All because of incompetent people. Maybe they're playing dumb. I think that is the case. Money's being passed around behind the scenes. to act a certain way, to do certain things. It's just how it always works. It's weird. It seems weird from the outside. And this serves no purpose in protecting anybody from anything. The SEC was supposedly exists to protect you and I from scams and all that. The US dollar and banks are the biggest Ponzi scheme scams in the entire history of humanity. And they operate in the open. They launder money. They do horrible things. They destroy people's lives. No protection there, though. But something that empowers the individual, provides them with true financial freedom, allows them to truly own their money. Is hope. They are just resisting. And that is just how it always goes with anything that is good in this world. The government, all of these organizations resist it vehemently. And so, once again, I'm sure this will be rejected. In typical corrupt SEC fashion, there is no reason why a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, which is what an ETF is, should not be approved. It says here, while other countries like Canada and Brazil have spot Bitcoin ETFs, the SEC won't allow it here. There is no reason why. The SEC is just so horrible. If they went away, things would be so much better. Same with many other three-letter organizations in this country, but that won't happen because illegal activity is encouraged in this country and allowed to occur. Only if they do it, though. If you do something bad, you get the maximum penalty. But if we do, it's okay. Clown world, not the first world. This is the clown world. And for a human brain to be exposed to these things, it doesn't know what to do. It literally is so boggled and frazzled. It just giggles. Like, that's what I've learned to do. Like, we've all been through a lot these past couple years, ups and downs, and you just get to the point where you're just hysterical. Like, and nothing's actually funny, though. But this is the only way your brain can cope with this insanity that we're exposed to every single day. You just go, whatever. But yeah, this is good. ARK Invest in 21 shares, revive Bitcoin spot ETF. I hope it gets approved. It won't. I hope it does someday. I really hope things will change. It's always, things are changing. Nothing's gotten better. Everything's horrible. I guess you got to go through this for things to get better. All right. Next story here. Argentina debates dollarization in the midst of rampant devaluation and inflation. Dollarization surges. Why would you want the dollar? Given the only way to close down, dollarize the economy. Why would you switch to? So they want to switch to the dollar. Ugh. Why? You're just gonna screw yourself even more. Yeah, it's horrible. The amount of inflation that's happening in Argentina is just disgusting, and that's directly caused, like I said, by horrible policy, greedy, self-centered individuals who are close to the money printer. It's the same story every single time, and that's the exact same. There's nothing different about what's happening in Argentina and what's happening in the United States. Absolutely nothing. And get it out of your head that we're all going to be fine and safe, because it's just not true. I'm sorry, but this is just a whole website right here, this whole page. Ron Paul on the future of the US dollar. The world is clearly de-dollarizing. Let's see here. Russia to increase reliance on national currencies, vows to move away from the US dollar. Huh. It's just all over the place. People don't want to use the US dollar anymore. Indonesia is following BRICS de-dollarization lead. Zimbabwe wants to create a gold-backed digital currency to reduce demand for the US dollar. BRICS, getting applications to join every day attracts 19 requests before summit. BRICS, like I said, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, all banding together not to use the US dollar, and they're getting lots of applications to join from other countries because no one wants the US dollar because it is complete and total trash. And so is their currency. Whatever they're going to come up with is complete and total trash. They're all trash. The only one that's not trash is Bitcoin. Economist Peter Schiff warns U.S. debt default on its debt, will default on its debt, raising debt ceilings will make problem worse. Yep. Typical clown world stuff. Let's raise the debt ceiling. Oh, genius solution there. And also get it through your head that these people that are these officials, these experts, these economical experts that are there for us and leading the way, they are extremely incompetent, have no idea what to do right now. Don't be fooled when they go on TV behind their podium. We'll raise interest rates and we'll do this and that and this will save this and everything will be just great. They have no idea what to do. They are running around with their hair on fire. But they will constantly say, it doesn't matter. Everything's fine. We're fine. Just put your money in a bank and shut up. Welcome to the clown world, folks. All right, I said I wasn't going to do this in the last video, go over prices all the time, but today's a nice price day. Bitcoin is inches away from $30,000. That does it for this video, by the way. If you couldn't tell, up 8.8%. In light of the banking collapse, once again, that's happened, that will continue to happen. Nothing's okay. Nothing's fine. And so, yeah, nice green day for crypto today. Beautiful sight as banks collapse. Where's all the money going to go? Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. I don't know where else you would go. Gold is outdated. Bitcoin is better at being gold than gold is. All right, folks. That does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope y'all are doing all right out there protecting yourself against the corrupt fiat money regime that we're all forced to live amongst. But there is hope. There is freedom. There is Bitcoin. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Bitcoin. Here to save us all. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And until next time, I bid you farewell on your cryptocurrency journey.